Hey everybody, good Monday morning. Feel like I'm hollering to you, don't it? Top of the morning to you. Come on, get up. Let's get this week going. It's a cold morning here in Atlanta, heavy frost. I'm sitting here looking out my window. Let's do this morning post. I'll put a little tag for Facebook down here if some of you want to come over there and let's be Facebook buddies. But the morning post says the next 4 years could possibly be the darkest 4 years in our nation's history. Trump supporters, who we always thought wanted checks and balances, gave full power with no checks or balances over to a man who promised them retribution, huge tariffs on our border neighbors, and to use the U.S. military to round up millions of men, women, and children and deport them. And Trump people voted for him because he promised he would do those things. And when it goes bad, their answer will be, well, at least he's not Obama. You don't have to be a prophet to see where this is going. This might be the first time in our long nation's history where we might not get through this. The courts have already failed us. No one can ever say again that no one is above the law. We always knew people that had lots of money always could beat the system. The court's failure with Trump just left us now with never no doubt. This country, by all purposes, has no press any longer. After years of Trump supporters saying everything is fake news, the press no longer exists. The press is only as viable as people's trust in it. The Trump supporters are so ignorant of history of other fascists around the world that Trump used them to do away with the trust in the press. When you can get people to hate their neighbors, you can get them to do anything. The Supreme Court is no longer a viable part of our system, being stacked with 5 neo-somethings that well over half the country no longer regard as officers of justice. When Elon Musk and all the other billionaires now in control of the country, truly the foxes are in control of the hen house. Can you imagine all the poor people across West Virginia and other places living in shanties and little rundown trailer parks thinking billionaires have their best interests at heart? And all of this is born out of hate from Trump people, hate of Democrats, hate of Obama, hate of Hillary, hate of gays. Now they all hate with a passion trans people. They hate the desperate poor people trying to get here from the south of the border. And yes, I agree, there is hate on both sides. But our side didn't decide to turn over the government to someone who promised us that they will have no checks and balances and will use vengeance as a weapon to go after all of their enemies. Trump understands how hate blinds people. His people not only did that, but they rejoice in the fact that he has no checks and balances and he will take retribution against all those old seedy, horrible Democrats. And they hope he follows through with it. Don't think it's strange when gay marriage is reversed. No one thought the first time that a woman's rights over her reproductive systems would ever be reversed. But it was. We now have a country where hate is the official doctrine of this new age. You don't have to be a prophet to see where hate leads to. My mission over the next 4 years is not so much to talk about Trump, but to hold the Trump supporters, that group of cult-minded people that see him as the second coming of Christ, to remind them as this unfolds. When the economy is in shambles and foreclosures come back to record numbers, America will turn its back on our allies because that is what Putin and Russia wants us to do. And we will watch our democratic system month by month, year by year, go more and more away. If you haven't known that this country has millions of hate-filled white people in it, hold on. You haven't seen nothing yet. Not to be heady or high-minded, but for some reason I can now not only talk to hundreds of people, not only thousands of people, but at times millions of people. I don't think I'll squander that by only talking about puppy dogs and warm winter fires. I'll talk about the Trump supporters and the horrors that they are about to bring upon this country, because they are filled with such hate for their fellow Americans. Good Monday morning, sweet people. Lord help us all. Good day.